Hey everyone, I'm just sitting here having a tea and I thought that I would go live with this topic because it's been on my mind since I did a recent post about me finally arriving in my body on Earth. Hi, whoever's watching. If you're just joining, let me know where you're watching from. And of course, as always, let me know if you have any questions. Now, I'm sorry if you're hearing rustling in the background. My flatmate's here. He's working on some lists, some to-do lists. He's getting ready for the new year as well. So I've had this on my mind for a while since I did a recent post about finally arriving in my body on Earth. And yeah, so I thought I'd go live. I haven't been able to yet because of things going on. Stop trying to heckle me. I can't even read that. He's trying to heckle me over here. We're just going to forget about him, aren't we? If you want to be supportive, get on Facebook and watch my live. Do you do that? Do you like pretend that you're like back in the 90s having those LAN parties and you all talk to each other on the computer when you're sitting in the same room? If anybody does that still, can you tell me in the comments? It's like the most nerdiest thing to do, but it's fucking hilarious and I love it. He's sitting right here. If he comes on live now, I'm just going to crack it. I think he's going to. All right, so the topic is, have you arrived on Earth and are you in your body? The reason I wanted to talk about this is because there's a lot of people who are alive now who don't feel like they belong. Hi, Wealthy. Great to see you again. So I just wanted to share my story about that. And I did touch on this in the recent post. My whole life, I have always felt separate, like I didn't belong here. I always wanted to go home to my star family, to my stars, which sounds a bit crazy. And I always kind of felt, without having the words for it, I always felt that I was only here on Earth due to an obligation to be here. And that's played out in various different ways throughout my whole life. And what I've come to realize recently through a one-to-one healing program that I did is that I am here for a reason. We are all here for a reason. And we all chose to come here. Our souls made a choice to come to Earth at this time, in this body, and in the family that we grew up in, or whatever our circumstances were at the time, in order to activate us to do whatever our purpose or our mission or our soul work is here on Earth. But the key is, we need to recognize that we made a choice to be here. And we need to be in our bodies. Our souls chose these bodies exactly as they are, with our unique DNA, our unique everything, in order for us to be able to do our work here. You are in your body for a reason. Your body is the only connection that you have to the Earth. We are souls in a human meat suit, having a human experience, but this body, this vessel, is the only connection we have to the Earth. We cannot ground, we cannot walk on the Earth, we cannot feel the Earth, we cannot do any of it if we're not in a body. And why would our soul be wrong about the type of body that our soul needs or desires for us to be able to be activated to do our soul work? And yes, I acknowledge that there's a lot of people in the world who have had very unfortunate circumstances, or they've been born with a disability, or some horrible things have happened to them. And I'm not discounting any of that. But at the end of the day, if you commune with your soul and you really ask your soul why, your soul will give you the answer. Now, the best example is sitting right across from me, and that's my flatmate. He was born with, I can't read the fucking note, mate. Keeps trying to show me this note. I can't read it. It's too far away. I need to get my eyes checked. They got worse after I had my baby. He was born with a disability, so his life has been a life of struggle due to disability. But, when he has had conversations with certain people, they're like, well, your soul chose this experience for a reason. his mind is fucking amazing, but his body causes some real upset and some real kind of low times for him, and it's been a big struggle. And he's got a brilliant mind, so it would be very difficult to have such a brilliant mind in a body that can't execute everything that your mind wants. And I really acknowledge that. But maybe his mission is to show that even if you have a disability, you can still thrive in life. Or even if you have a disability, you can still become a solicitor or anything like that, you know. I don't know. It's up to him to really dig into it. So that brings me to the second point that I said, and that is our souls chose to be here in these bodies. So if you are not in your body, like I wasn't, you know, because you didn't feel like you belonged or whatever, that means your soul is just out floating, like your body is here. And yes, you're here, but you're not all in, you're not fully here, landed in your body, you know, making the choice to thrive. You need to do some deep work. I've just done it. I was on mission before, but now I'm really like anchored in. I've really come into my body and realized a few things, and I'll get into the body aspect in a moment. You have to make the choice. Do you want to be on the earth and thrive? Or are you going to stay out of your body and just have maybe a subconscious death wish, or just go through your life and struggle without ever really feeling happy or any of your soul's desires being met? I made the choice that I want to be in my body and thrive. So that meant letting go of the old identities of I don't belong, I just want to go home to my stars, I'm here by obligation. The truth is, you know, my soul did come back because it was asked to come to earth at this time and help the world. But my soul chose that. Souls don't have an obligation switch. You can't tell a soul to be obligated to do something. That's a human condition, obligation. So once we acknowledge that we came here for a reason and we made the choice, you then have the secondary choice of, are you going to be in your body and thrive? Or are you just going to float around and either have like just be in struggle street or an off purpose, or have a subconscious death wish and just basically float around waiting for your body to die until you come back again, and maybe next incarnation you might decide to be in your body. I'm choosing to be here now. So what does it mean to actually be in your body? It means that you've made the choice to be here. Your soul, you've landed your soul. You've acknowledged and accepted your body as it is. Yes, you may be overweight. Yes, you may have an illness. You may have a disability. You may, you know, have been through some trying times. You may have had cancer. Whatever it is, we start with accepting our body as it is now and loving her as she is now. That in itself starts the shift. And that's what I have done. 8 weeks ago or so, I was still around a size 16. I was still in quite a bit of pain. I was still recovering from having my baby. I was overweight before I got pregnant because I had a string of health issues leading from stress in my life, not being on purpose, overworking, you know, holding everybody in my family, doing everything for everybody else instead of myself. So when I got pregnant, I was quite overweight for me. And then I got pregnant. First 2 trimesters, I lost weight in my pregnancy. 3rd trimester, I put it on, of course, because the baby's getting bigger. Then I had the baby, my daughter. The baby. I had the baby. I had my daughter. And I started to go down. When my daughter was 3 months old, I got pregnant again. Then I lost that one 3 months later, naturally. I didn't even realize I was pregnant because I had just had a baby. And I didn't know how long it would take for my period and everything to come back. So I lost that baby, more complications, more weight gain, more hormone disruption, all of the things. My body was completely out of whack. Everything was out of alignment. So around 8 or 9 weeks ago, I started a one-to-one healing program. In that time, I've done a lot of clearing, a lot of shedding. I've made the choice to be in my body. I've worked on a lot with embodiment and journaling practices. They were my main two. Oh, and connecting to my soul realms and all the work that I do. Now, without even trying, I haven't changed my diet. I haven't really done anything. Oh, I did start eating less food. Okay, I did do that, but not because I was trying to diet. I just didn't feel like eating as much anymore, or the wrong type of foods anymore. So that, yes, that would have contributed, but that's because of the energy work that I did first. So now I'm around a size 10, and that's great, like you can see. So I'm feeling a lot better in myself because I'm an ex-dancer. That's the next point. When to get into my body, the easiest thing for me to do is dance, and I've always been that way. The way that I connect with my soul and experience being fully in my body with no thoughts whatsoever is via dancing, and we can get to this state with embodiment practices as well. So being in your body is acknowledging where you're at, accepting your body, making the choice to love, honor, and cherish your body because it's the only body that you have in this lifetime. Now that doesn't mean you can't, improve it or modify it with tattoos or color your hair or anything. It's just loving your body as your vessel to be on the earth. And this body we have through embodiment practices and our feelings and emotions and even pain in our body, the body is a vessel that helps us transmute our energies to move through things that are causing us to have pain or be upset or causing us to be blocked or stagnant in our life. So, that's that part of it. I've already touched on all of these points. This is going to be a pretty quick video. This is a really key point. I want to go into this a bit more. Your soul chose your body. I've already said this, so I'm going to reiterate it. Your soul chose your body, your DNA, the exact makeup of your physicality, so that you can be activated to do your soul work here on earth. If you had any other body, any other physicality, you would not be activated because your soul would not be in alignment with that body. And if you're not fully in your body, you need to get into your body, make the choice to be in your body, to be on earth and thrive, and do your soul work. Do what you came here to do. Whatever it is. Some of us are just here to spread joy, to spread light. And that's fine, because everybody that's in the orbit of that person gets uplifted and they start to see their own light, and then they start to do what they're here to do. We all activate each other by being in presence with each other. If you have any questions about what I've talked about, hi Leah, I'm just about to finish, so you might have to get the replay. I'm sorry, this is not a long video tonight. I thought it might be longer, but it's not. Just let me know in the comments. I will come and check in on the replay, on the video once it's finished. I do want to let you know as well that my Sisters in Soul Circle is starting this Friday at my house, 3:30 p.m. And the topic we're going to be looking at this week is, are you in your body? And we're going to connect to our soul and our earth realms and do some work, connect to our energetic field and make some inquiries on whether we're in our body, and then see how that feels, and whatever activations or healing might come through for the group. The group will be gifted, and we can just share our experience together and help each other through. So that's on Friday at my house. There is an event on Facebook. You can get tickets on my website if you want to get it in advance. If you don't want to pay cash, or you can pay cash at the door. You just need to let me know if you're coming in advance so that I can make sure I have enough refreshments for you. It's just light refreshments. It's going to be like tea, coffee, hot chocolate, and some kind of a vegan snack. The other thing is, if you would like to do some real deep dive work on your body, my Earthangel Energy Incubator 8-week program, which is an online program, but we have an in-person workshop at the end to practice everything, starts in February. there is a topic around the body and embodiment and practices and tools and everything we can use to really be in our body and start to feel our feelings and work through things, because your feelings are your indicator where something is not in alignment in your life. If you're feeling shitty about something, or every time you go and see a person you feel depressed when you leave, that person is mirroring to you something in yourself that you need to look at. And once you can get clear and work through things, you start to come into full alignment. And let me be clear here. You're never going to clear everything, because we're always getting triggered every day. But the thing is, or the key is, noticing when you're triggered, working through it, and coming back to yourself. And the question is not whether you can clear everything, you've arrived. The question is, how quickly can you come back to yourself, to your soul, to your center? Each and every time. If you have to come back and remind yourself and do the work 500 times a day till you come back to your center, to your alignment, to be in your body, to feel good, and to then do your soul work, it's 500 times a day. And let me tell you, I've had things very recently that I've had to come back to myself, and it feels like 500 times a day, you know. So it's great to see you. If you're watching the replay, like I said, let me know where you're watching. Let me know if you're watching the replay. Any questions, put them in the comments and I will come back and answer them. Great to see you all. Until next video. Bye.